The Freedmen's Bureau, established in 1865, was crucial in helping formerly enslaved individuals transition to freedom. Its records document a wide range of services provided to newly freed African Americans, including education, employment, healthcare, legal assistance, relief efforts, and land redistribution. These records can be accessed on platforms such as Ancestry.com, the National Archives, the Smithsonian, and Family Search. Researchers can use these records to understand the day-to-day challenges and legal struggles the formerly enslaved people faced after emancipation. The Bureau had a hierarchical structure that operated at 3 levels: national, state, and regional, and local field offices. Here's how these levels function. National Level Freedmen's Bureau Headquarters. Located in Washington, D.C., the headquarters oversaw the entire Bureau's operations across the former Confederate states. The Bureau's commissioner, a Union Army officer, was appointed by the President. The first and most well-known was General Oliver Otis Howard. Commissioner's office issued policies, regulations, and directives that shaped the Bureau's mission, including land redistribution, labor contracts, legal aid, education, and assistance for freedmen and poor whites. The headquarters managed funding allocations, partnerships with religious and philanthropic organizations, and liaised with Congress. State and regional level superintendents and superintendents of education. At the state level, the Bureau's operations were divided into districts, each covering 1 or more states. District superintendents, state level. Each state had an assistant commissioner who oversaw all Bureau activities within that state. These commissioners reported directly to the national headquarters. They supervised local field offices and implemented Bureau policies at the state level. Their responsibilities included distributing aid and rations, settling labor disputes, establishing freedmen's courts, overseeing abandoned lands and property management, superintendents of education, state and regional level. These officials were responsible for education initiatives and worked with philanthropic groups. Examples: American Missionary Association, Quakers, Black churches, to establish freedmen's schools. They coordinated funding for teachers, textbooks, school buildings, and supplies. They worked with regional education superintendents who managed schools within specific areas of a state. Local level field offices. Field offices were the most direct point of contact between the Bureau and freedmen at the community level. They were staffed by officers, agents, and clerks, many of whom were former Union soldiers, teachers, and missionaries. These offices handled day-to-day operations such as registering freedmen for labor contracts, often with their former enslavers, settling local disputes and complaints, including racial violence, providing food, clothing, and medical care to the needy, establishing and managing freedmen's schools, recording marriages and family reunification efforts for formerly enslaved individuals, helping freedmen secure fair wages and employment, often against exploitative practices. The number of field offices varied by state, depending on population density, economic activity, and racial tensions. Some states, such as Georgia and Louisiana, had dozens of field offices, while others had fewer. The Freedmen's Bureau creates a comprehensive set of records documenting the lives of formerly enslaved people and their transition to freedom. These records include claim records, court records, hospital and medical records, labor contracts, indenture, and apprenticeship, land and property records, person, article, hired, ration records, records of freedmen's complaints. Finding the Freedmen's Bureau records on black pearls of genealogy has been simplified with just a few clicks. Simply navigate to the Freedmen records to view Record Group 105. The field office's records has been broken down into sections M 1900 through M 1906 and M 1907 through M 1913. When selecting a state, you will find detailed historical records that were collected by the Freedmen's Bureau. Each page is set up as follows. The descriptive pamphlet. These pamphlets provide an overview of the types of records available for each state. They describe the functions of the field offices, such as labor contracts, rations, schools, legal disputes, and marriages of freed individuals. They also include indexes and summaries that help locate specific records. Records found in each state will vary. All states will have at least of all the following: claim records, court records, hospital and medical records, labor contracts, indenture and apprenticeship, land and property records, person and articles hired, ration records, records of freedmen's complaints. The field office personnel of the Freedmen's Bureau were the individuals responsible for carrying out the Bureau's work at the local level. These personnel played a crucial role in assisting formerly enslaved individuals and war refugees in the Reconstruction era South. Their duties included providing aid, overseeing labor contracts, supporting education, and addressing legal disputes. Additional related records by film number are also available for additional research. Freedmen's Bureau field offices can be located by clicking on the state's map. Locating Freedmen's Bureau field offices and understanding the nearby counties and states where assistance was provided can be challenging. To simplify this process, we have created detailed maps that clearly show the location of each field office. These maps not only highlight the specific locations of the field offices, but also provide valuable context by illustrating the surrounding states and counties where assistance was administered and records were maintained. By utilizing these maps, researchers can more easily identify where their ancestors may have sought aid, allowing for more efficient genealogical exploration. There are only 3 locations with pre-Bureau records from 1863, predating the establishment of the Freedmen's Bureau. These locations are Louisiana, Mississippi, and Fort Monroe, Virginia. Louisiana M 1905, 1862 through 1865 focused on labor, relief, and refugee support for formerly enslaved individuals in Union-occupied Louisiana. Managed labor contracts, refugee aid, confiscated lands, education, missions, and urban services in cities like New Orleans. Records, descriptive pamphlet, court records, labor contracts, indenture, and apprenticeship records. Fort Monroe, Virginia, M 1913, 1861 through 1865 managed refugee support, labor, and military aid at Fort Monroe, a key refuge for escaped enslaved individuals. Provided housing, organized labor, supported education, and enlisted freedmen in the Union Army. Records, descriptive pamphlet, labor contracts, indenture/apprenticeship records, and ration records. Mississippi M 1914, 1862 through 1865 focused on relief, labor, legal protection, and education. Managed contraband camps, organized fair labor contracts, ensured legal justice, supported schools/missions, and managed seized lands. Records, General Superintendent, Medical Director/Inspector, and Staff Officer records. Now, let's dive into Record Group M2029. When the Freedmen's Bureau closed in 1872, its duties were transferred to other agencies. Most records went to the Adjutant General's office, which handled United States colored troops' pension claims, bounty disputes, and service corrections. To address unresolved financial claims, the Freedmen's Branch was created within the Adjutant General's office from 1872 to 1879 to manage claims by formerly enslaved individuals and black soldiers. M2029 is a key resource for understanding the lives of United States colored troops and freedmen post-Civil War. It includes registers of letters received, summaries of correspondence involving agents, military officials, and freedmen, often mentioning United States colored troops seeking aid or lost family. Letters received, full-text copies of requests for military records, missing persons inquiries, and petitions for bounties or pensions. Records of complaints and claims, often filed by United States colored troops or their families over disputes about pay, bounties, or benefits. Reports on conditions and services, documenting freedmen's needs, including employment, education, and financial support. Muster rolls and discharge papers, providing detailed service records for individual soldiers. Search M2029 using keywords like bounty, pension, discharge, and military service to locate relevant records. Combining M2029 with other Freedmen's Bureau files enhances research into United States colored troops' lives and legacies. Assistant Commissioners of the Freedmen's Bureau, key roles and records. The Assistant Commissioners of the Freedmen's Bureau oversaw state-level operations, reporting directly to the Bureau's Commissioner. Their primary duties included relief efforts, distributed food, clothing, and medical aid to freedmen and displaced individuals. Labor management, education, land management oversaw the redistribution of abandoned and confiscated land. Legal support managed courts that ensured freedmen's rights were protected. Social services assisted with housing, employment, and family reunification. Assistant commissioners kept vital records, such as letters sent and received documenting social, economic, and political conditions. Labor contracts providing names, family ties, and employment details. Education reports detailing school rosters and progress. Complaint registers tracking grievances and resolutions. Marriage records essential for tracing family lineages. The records of the Superintendents of Education for the Freedmen's Bureau are crucial for understanding the educational efforts during Reconstruction. These records are found in various record groups and offer insights into the establishment and operation of schools for freedmen and other marginalized groups. The Superintendents of Education for the Freedmen's Bureau played a vital role in Reconstruction-era educational efforts. Their records are key to understanding these initiatives. Key responsibilities: establishment of schools created and managed schools for freedmen and poor whites. Recruitment of teachers, oversight and reporting monitored school conditions, attendance, and performance. Promotion of literacy, advocacy, and mediation, and funding management. Key records: Selected Series M742, 7 roles, administrative guidance and policies. Registers and letters received M752, 74 roles, reports on schools, teachers, and conditions. Education Division records, MITE 103, 35 roles, detailed educational efforts, and teacher reports. Though focused on aiding formerly enslaved African Americans, some poor white children also attended Freedmen's Bureau schools.